I consent to distribution on all of your socials. Saze.
I like that. I like that.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you like how I say Saze? Saze?
You can say it again if you want to.
Saze.
All right.
Let's not jai Saze.
Let's not.
It'll be very bad for all of us.
What's your best pickup line?
Are you fucking?
Why do women love drama?
I can't answer that question. I don't like drama.
I'm not saying you.
Okay.
But I mean,
you said women.
Women.
That's a blanket statement.
General statement. Women in general. Why do women in general tend to gravitate to more dramatic events or things, I'd say, in terms of relationships?
Still cannot agree with that. I don't like, I can't give my own personal opinion on that because I don't like it.
So you said men like drama more?
I do. I think men like the excitement. Men like to be, they don't like the same thing every day. They like to be kept on their toes.
So how do you wipe your ass with nails that long?
So I own a nail salon here in Charlotte, so I always wear my nails this long, and the same thing that I tell people when they ask me this all the time is, do you stick your fingers in your ass when you're wiping your ass?
What's your best pickup line?
I don't have pickup lines, man. When you got game, you don't need that.
How do you approach a woman at the club?
What's your name? She says her name. Do you want to dance? All right, cool. Spin.
How long does it typically take you to fall in love with a guy?
Depends on the person and the energy. Probably a few months to like a year.
A year? So like you're dating, hooking up with a guy for a whole year, but you're not in love with him.
Yeah. Maybe not a whole year. I'll say like 6 months.
How important is it that your partner works out?
100%.
So you wouldn't date a fat person?
I feel like fat, what is the term fat? Because I like a guy with some meat on him, but you can work out and look very different.
I mean, you definitely don't want somebody who's like 300 pounds.
I disagree.
So you do want somebody that's 300
I'm not
pounds.
saying I wouldn't, but if a big man wanted to date me and he worked out every day, 100%.
Okay, so The Rock versus Zach Galifianakis.
Don't know who that second person is.
Working out? That's not a preference for me. As long as the person is healthy, like whatever that looks like for them, if it's working out several times a week or if it's not working out and just eating healthy or whatever it is, just being conscious about taking care of your body, that looks different for different people.
300 pounds.
300 pounds. I mean, as long as the relationship between myself and the person is solid, I'm not particular about that.
All right, guys, so we're here at Camp North End because Mad Miles Run Club is having a run, and we're asking more people about modern dating, specifically the fit kind. What do you think the issue is with modern dating?
I feel like the dating pool has pee in it. People are peeing in the dating pool. I wouldn't say there's not a lot of good options, but I feel like a lot of people have preconceived notions, and rather than just trying to learn and accept people for who they are, people want to pick people that fit a mold that they already have rather than finding people that are better suited to their interests.
I think nowadays people don't have the stamina, I'm gonna put it in that sense, basically to deal with another person. The things that people are asking for, either of somebody else or just like in general, most people don't possess themselves. So I feel like they don't have like humility when it comes to trying to find a partner, and people basically want what they can't have.
Dating in relationships should be, you gotta get to know the person. You gotta get to know the person. If you don't know the person, relationship's not gonna work.
So what are some things that you'd say make a relationship toxic?
I mean, people bringing in their past baggage and expectations of a past person they've been with and expect that from the person they're with now can be very, very toxic. Also, the sense of, I hate conversations of, oh, I need to know 100% where my partner is 24/7. Relationship issues, trust issues, things like that.
Oh, the things that make a relationship toxic. I think a lack of self-awareness. I think sometimes the things that come up in people's past show up in every relationship, whether that's how you were raised, your default settings, conflict resolution, how you deal with problems, lack of communication, and I think looking to your own needs and not the needs of everybody else.
I would say like lack of communication,
dishonesty, and not remaining attractive to your partner, like getting too comfortable.
Not trusting, bad communication. I think those are really the basis of like a lot of other issues. So I think bad communication and not trusting each other.
You know how people like try to put it in your face, like if you mess up or whatever, like I can go get another dude, or like, you know, talking down on somebody, and dudes do it too, but like, oh, I go get another girl, like that's just toxic. Like, bro, just break up with her or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand why people take people through years on top of years of bullshit, basically, where y'all both could have just been single doing your thing.
Why do you think people stay in toxic relationships?
I don't understand it, but I've heard like people just be like, oh, it's a love factor. Like, I have love for this person, so I deal with their bullshit. I don't do that shit. I could care less. But I think people do it because also comfortability. Like, at least they be like, oh, at least he's not hitting me, or at least he's not doing this. But it's like, all right, but he's not fulfilling what you need long term though. So you're dealing with some of his bullshit just because you're comfortable. And I'm like, just because you know somebody for a long time, or whatever the case may be, or he makes you feel a certain type of way, if he's still not hitting all those key points that you need for you all to have a long-lasting relationship, y'all shouldn't be together.
Why do you think people stay in toxic relationships?
Because it's fun.
Would you say that? Would you say
Toxic
that?
people are interesting. They keep you on your toes. Nobody likes to be with somebody boring.
Would you say that women or men love toxicity more?
Men, 100% love toxicity more.
What experiences have led you to believe that?
No comment. I mean, not me personally, but just seeing like my guy friends and who they engage with, or who my girlfriends engage with, things like that.
How has dating changed for you at 33 as opposed to when you were 22?
Oh God, when I was 22, I think I know myself a whole lot more. I think people are looking for who they are, and I don't think people spend enough time knowing who they're not. I think they're both equally as valuable. In my 20s, I was more concerned about looks. If you weren't like 6'5", like don't talk to me, you know. But I was that way in college too. So I think at the end of the day, it's like you look for quality, not just the externals. I think you learn at the end of the day, like when life goes left, you know, you don't care how tall someone is or what they do for work, like do they have your back?
Where are you from originally?
I'm from Philippines.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think American women could learn from the Filipino women when it comes on to dating?
It's very different in my culture. In my culture, it's mostly love language is an act of service. So we take care of our men, you know, in terms of like as overhaul in like housewife duties. But
So gender roles, essentially.
yeah, gender roles, but it's modernizing now in the sense that both play a part, and in the sense that both are equal to each other, but there's predominant parts of Philippines that are still way back in that sense.
Do you think that modern men lack masculinity?
Yeah, I do.
In what ways?
Most guys, they kind of really don't hold frame, and they kind of just do whatever they want to like please her. But if you like work on yourself first, then she's naturally just gonna like you more. So kind of back to what I said before, put yourself first. I found out that when I started doing that, she started liking me a lot more. Also, your average man today really doesn't do manly things. Like, he doesn't, you know, work out. He eats terribly. He stays inside all day. He doesn't get any sunlight, you know, so all it does is just emasculate you. So yeah, I do think that your average modern Joe in today, 2022, yeah, lacks masculinity.
Top 5 things every man should do to keep a woman in a relationship.
Put yourself first, stay in shape, chase your goals, like your passion, your purpose, do that. What's that, we're on 3 now. Have boundaries and uphold them. And then number 5, make sure that she just has respect for you.
What do you think the problem is with men in your age range nowadays?
I think some people think that they have to wait till they get a certain place in their career to be worthy of love, or that everybody else is assuming that they need to be in a certain place to provide. You know, the guys I've dated in the past, it's like, hey, I need to get my career together. I need to get my money right. I need to do all these things, and then I check those things off the box, then I'll be ready to be in a relationship. And it's like saying you can't walk and talk at the same time, you know? So I do find that oftentimes, or you find guys that aren't secure in who they are. And you realize that there's a lot of great women in this city who are like, hey, like, I don't care about that stuff. Like, when you find someone of substance, none of that stuff really matters.
How do you feel about the woman being the breadwinner in the relationship?
That tends to be my situation. Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
I'm in real estate.
How much do you make a year? Estimated.
I would say probably like 200 or more. Depends on the year.
Okay.
But at the
That's
same
good.
time, it's like I don't expect you to bring it. It doesn't have to be equal, but at the same time, it's like that you're both building.
Are you
something.
currently looking for a sugar baby?
Would you like to be my sugar baby, Salze?
I might take you up on that offer.
Is that what you're saying?
I might just have to.
He was like, I might want to be your sugar. There's an application process.
Walk me through the application
You
process.
like paperwork. I write contracts for a living, so I'm like, we'd have to put it in writing.
Well, I did a whole contract myself. I mean, don't
I wrote up my
you see what I'm out here
I
doing?
already wrote up my own terms and conditions.
But you heard it here first, guys. That's what the people have to say here at the Mad Miles Run Club. Stay tuned next week for more videos like this. But we're going to wrap this up right here on The Desirable Truth. So you already know, peace, love, sleep in grease. Like, share, and subscribe for more vlogs, videos like this one. Because Osazevlogs.
I know that you're drunk. Yeah. Tell me what you want after this club. You know